I joined Goodwill Publishers after having worked for several other companies during my career. And the company culture within Goodwill is by far the most positive that I have ever experienced. And it's made a big difference in my life.
Hello, and welcome to Goodwill Publishers. In the next few moments, you're going to learn a little bit about our history, about the message the corporation delivers in all of its professional activities and publications, and about the opportunity Goodwill offers to men and women of character.
Since its founding in 1938, Goodwill has experienced great success and has remained financially sound over successive generations of family ownership. In fact, the company has more than doubled in size in the last decade alone. Yet Goodwill's success story is based on more than strong growth and sound finances. Ultimately, the success of Goodwill is all about people, the people who work here, people who understand the solid core values that built our nation. In the aftermath of the Great Depression, a man and his son left good jobs to pursue a dream. They dreamed of creating a scenario in which they could make a good living for their families while doing something worthwhile. The father and son believed they didn't have to sacrifice their personal values to become successful. These men, Edward Gallagher Sr. and his son Edward Gallagher Jr., became the co-founders of Goodwill Publishers Incorporated. They began as a small direct sales organization, and before long were distributing religious and value-oriented books across the country. Their hard work, strong faith, and determination to make a difference began paying off. From the beginning, the Gallaghers knew they were in the people business. As they developed a method of sales that would revolutionize their field, Ed and Bud surrounded themselves with men and women of character who wanted to do well financially while doing something good for humanity. By the early 1960s, the company was enjoying tremendous success.
During this time, Goodwill's strategy shifted from direct sales to an innovative business-to-business approach. The key to this approach is a unique marketing sponsorship opportunity used today in so many of Goodwill's public relations programs.
The company began publishing its own materials and developed public relations programs for local business leaders with an offer of sponsorship. These community-minded citizens were pleased to be able to put their good name on something so dignified and market-worthy. Today, Goodwill remains a closely held corporation with more than 80 sales professionals and 20,000 active accounts in 42 states. A key objective of our company is attracting men and women of good character to a financially sound, growing sales organization.
First and foremost, we look for people with an entrepreneurial spirit, people who want to build something of substance. Secondly, we tend to have people with a good measure of self-discipline because of the freedom associated with the sales position. And third, we look for people who are willing to learn.
When I came with Goodwill Publishers in 1989, I came with a retail management background and certainly had no idea what Goodwill Publishers did or what it was all about. I did come with what I felt was a strong work ethic, a willingness to learn, and a good attitude. I was able to succeed in the business as a sales representative. Later on, as I was promoted to regional director, and now as division manager, those are the things that I look for in working with people.
We help people of good character make a good living. We want our people to do well financially and do a greater good at the same time.
At Goodwill, our name describes our mission. We generate goodwill through our unique and dignified public relations programs that enhance the image of our sponsoring organizations through value-oriented gift publications.
In 5 different divisions, we market to the business leaders of communities all over the country. The targeted recipients of our exquisitely made gift publications include children in daycare centers and their families, elementary school students and their families, newly engaged couples, newlyweds, new parents, and couples celebrating landmark wedding anniversaries. we also serve those families experiencing bereavement through loss of a loved one. In each case, groups of local business leaders sponsor quality publications to be distributed to various markets. And in each case, those leaders are identified within the publication itself. Goodwill representatives call on the established centers of influence in communities, the people who make the community a better place. Since Goodwill representatives embody the values put forth in our publications, they are well received in an effort that makes customers and friends and winners of us all. For the sales professional or someone who would like to enter the field, the Goodwill opportunity is unique. At Goodwill, we take training seriously. We invest time and resources in order to give you the best opportunity to be successful with us. Our sales tools help you present the program simply and in a straightforward fashion so that you can follow a proven system that not only breaks down the sales process into workable, understandable units, but that actually works when put to use. Our in-field, as well as our in-house training, allows your individual personality to positively affect the sale. Our sales methods are time-tested and proven winners that are adapted to each of our niche markets. At Goodwill, we don't see training as a singular event taking place in the new recruit's first few days. Training is ongoing professional development that never ends. Specialized conference call training sessions and seminars are part of the ongoing attention our sales force can expect at Goodwill. But the most practical and ultimately useful training happens in the regular phone conversations and personal meetings with managers who have been there, done that, when it comes to sponsorship marketing and other Goodwill-specific sales methods.
The upper-level management of this company sets a tone that permeates through the entire organization, and its belief and attitude and commitment and action that makes this company the successful company that it is.
As a sales professional with a specific, protected, and renewable territory, you will learn to use our referral methods, including calls on Chamber of Commerce directors, clergy, and community-minded business people to help you identify prospective clients. Our presentations are simple, direct, and results-oriented. You will have the opportunity to work with the top leaders and professional people in each community, developing business and personal relationships. The services you will represent are built around high-quality products. Our very close and long-standing relationships with material vendors and book manufacturing professionals is a testament to our reputation in the field, as well as our financial stability as an organization. As we've mentioned before, the content of these products is reflective of the principles upon which our nation was founded, making them of unquestionable value. Once in the field, you will realize how valuable your home office support is. Our administrative structure at Goodwill allows for personal attention from a field liaison person. All Goodwill salespeople are personally linked to the home office sales support system. You will benefit from the great pride our people in the order entry, customer service, and fulfillment departments take every day in working to ensure your ability to offer a well-administered public relations program. Sponsor information that appears in a Goodwill publication is handled right here in the home office by our competent and creative graphics department. And our payroll and accounting departments know the importance of getting that paycheck to you in a timely and efficient manner.
The employee benefits package that we have at Goodwill Publishers is very important to all of our sales professionals due to the fact that they have families, and that's very important to Goodwill Publishers. And we try to provide in all of our benefits something that will assist and help all the families to take care of their catastrophic needs as well as their day-to-day health benefits. In addition, we have a 401k plan that's available for retirement purposes, and we offer additional insurance where an employee might be able to elect additional life insurance as well as dental and vision in case they need that.
The Incentive and Achievement Program honors your work ethic and accomplishments. In addition to regular sales promotions and incentives, you will also be eligible for company trips and the annual sales convention, where Goodwill sales professionals from all over the country gather in a resort location for a great reunion of fun and fellowship. Here you will see and be part of the Goodwill family, and you will begin to understand why our veterans speak so personally of their life at Goodwill.
As an employee and a sales representative for Goodwill Publishers, it's motivating to have these incentive programs because you look forward to seeing the other sales representatives with the company and going to fun places.
If you're considering an opportunity with Goodwill, then as CEO of this organization, there are a few things that I would like for you to keep in mind. First, the vision of Goodwill Publishers is to promote positive and effective public relations for our sponsors. This vision is tied inextricably to finding salespeople who want to do well financially and at the same time do good in the communities in which they work. And my job as CEO is to make sure that our entire organization, both the field and the office, reflect the traditional values upon which our products are based. We want an organization where the best that is in each of us is encouraged and the better angels of our nature can thrive.
Goodwill offers a unique financial opportunity for you and your family that will also allow you to feel good about your career path.
With Goodwill, you can end each workday knowing that you are providing well for your family while helping people and communities. You've heard our story and our message, and we hope you understand the unique opportunity that is waiting.
Now that you have listened to our story and what it means to be a part of Goodwill Publishers, we want to take you through a typical presentation that will help you address our customers in an insightful and productive manner.
Hi, I'm Dan Bartlett, Vice President of Family Business Services. If you're considering an opportunity with Family Business Services, we felt it important to give you an idea of what an actual sales presentation is. So, following this introduction, you'll be seeing an actual FBS presentation. Good luck, and we shall see you on the interview. The approach. The purpose of the approach is to gain an isolated interview with your prospect. Even though the approach consists of only a few statements, it is critical in that it determines if you will be able to give a good presentation. A friendly, confident demeanor is always helpful, and it is good to remember that the first impression a potential sponsor receives is critical. It is important to learn the language of the approach verbatim. The social visit. The purpose of the social visit is to sell yourself, to create an atmosphere in which your prospect is comfortable with you, and to create a friendly and warm environment, one that is most conducive to achieving the sale. By using information obtained through fact-finding and your personal observations, you will be selling yourself while learning valuable information about your prospects. Remember, if you can get your prospect talking about himself, he will tell you how to sell him. Once your social visit is coming to a close, you're confident you've sold yourself and the prospect is ready to see your presentation, learn and use verbatim the following transitional statement. Demonstrating the volumes. When presenting the keepsake volumes, remember to always watch your prospect. The length of time spent demonstrating the publications will differ from prospect to prospect. For those who really seem to be focusing on the publication, give a thorough presentation. Spend time in the sections where the prospect seems to be particularly interested. If you have a prospect who does not appear to be interested in seeing all the features, hit the highlights only and move on. We will spend a lot of time working with you on this concept. Always be excited about the volume and put it in a place of prominence when you're finished with the demonstration. Never place anything on top of the publication. The prospect must be able to see it clearly at all times. The close. This is simply where you ask for the sale. Your language should be direct and assumptive. Mr. Jones, my name is Dan Bartlett. It's nice to meet you. I have a very important matter I need to discuss with you. In fact, I was over speaking with Fred Gallagher over at First National Bank, and he wanted to introduce me to you personally, but he couldn't come, but he did send me along with this little card of introduction. And what I have to speak to you about will only take a few minutes, and I deeply appreciate the courtesy of 5 or 10 minutes of your time. Is this a good time? Mr. Gallagher, now that I've had some time to spend with you, and based on everything I've heard about you, I know you're really going to appreciate what we have, and so let me show it to you. Let me show you what we're doing. My program's going to do 3 things for you that most business people feel are vital to the continued success of their business. First of all, we're going to help you say thank you to your friends and customers. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to introduce you to potential new customers, which is the lifeblood of any business. And because of the message of our program, you make a statement about to the people of the community about who you are and the values that you hold dear, which are their values. You demonstrate how much you care, and you send a message about you and the kind of business that you run. Now, what I want to show you is new, it's different, and it works. Many of the things that you're doing now are designed to tell people where you are and what you sell in the community. What our program does is tells people in the community something about who you are and what you believe in. We reach out to 3 groups of people in your community. First of all, we reach out to the newly engaged couples. It's a wonderful potential for new clients and new business. We reach out to the parents of the newly engaged couples, people between 40 and 60 years old. And we also reach out to the seniors in your community. You know, those folks are the folks that are the foundation of your community. Now let me start off by talking a little bit to you about the bride and the groom. First of all, it's a wonderful potential for new customers, that age group. We give you an opportunity to influence them before they have made a number of buying decisions. Give you an opportunity to welcome them as a couple to your community. Gives you a chance to have a positive and lasting effect on them and their marriage and their lives together. And it's a unique way to let them know that you care about them and your community. Now, beginning in January, those families who will be celebrating marriages will be receiving a beautiful gift from you. Now, it's a publication. It's called To Have and to Hold. It's a newlywed keepsake gift. You will be identified in the front piece here, and if you will notice, you will be the only insurance agency that will be allowed to be a part of our program. Now, how this works, the beginning of the publication, we have a keepsake section. The first section here is a family tree. What we do is we ask the parents to fill out this family tree in their own handwriting and then present it to the couple. Now, this is something that they'll never get rid of. We have a section in the front here where the couple can write to each other an open letter. There's a section here where the parents can write to the children. It'll be a keepsake forever. They'll never get rid of it. There's a section here where we talk about the day they met. You know, every couple has a love story to tell, and this gives them an opportunity to put it in writing, both the boy's thoughts and the husband's thoughts and the wife's thoughts. The book is broken down into 2 sections. The first thing we do is we define marriage as committed love. And then we talk about the building blocks to a successful marriage: trust, honesty, shared values, fidelity. Those things that help a couple have a nice and successful, happy life together. The second section, we talk about the greatest love of all. And what we've done here is we portray the life of Christ in picture form. And through the captions in the text, we talk about how Christ's example of love for us is a good example of how they should love each other in married life. We end up with some virtue sections back here: justice, faith, temperance, charity, and so on. And then we have a section in the back where the couple can actually handwrite their dreams for the future. And that is something that will kind of give them something to look forward to and make sure that they're on the same page. Now, let's talk about the parents. The parents of the newly engaged couples or the newlywed couples are very important. They're vital. In fact, let me give you a few facts about them. First of all, they're the backbone of our community. Many of them are already customers and friends of yours. They're at their peak earning years. They got more disposable income than any other group. They've got a great deal of influence over their adult children, and at this point in their life, they either have or are going to be getting very soon a great deal of responsibility for their aging parents. When you honor them, their children, these special times in their lives, you touch the parents' hearts, and you tell the parents how much you appreciate them, and you give the parents some practical advice on the next stage of their life, especially with their relationship with their newlywed couple. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be delivering a gift to the parents that's called Surviving Your Child's Marriage. This is a tongue-in-cheek look, kind of a lighthearted look at the foibles of being a parent of a newly engaged couple. You know, there are some rules to being a parent of a newly engaged couple. Your sponsorship will appear here as well, and once again, you'll be the only insurance agency on the program. What we've done here is we've taken different subject matter and we made it lighthearted. We talked to them about privacy issues. The one section's about the honeymoon ain't over. The culinary conundrum. You know, don't bug them about what they eat. Don't have them over for dinner every night. The cyber guest. You know, I don't know about you, but I have a tendency of texting or emailing my kids constantly, and so we kind of give you some advice about that. A loan is a stringed instrument. There are rules to loaning your children money, and most of us break them and don't know them. We also have a couple sections here. Stay out of their fights. Don't bug them about grandchildren, which is one of my favorite. And there's another section back here, and there's more here, but one of the sections I particularly like is there's a section here called Thanks for the Memories. You know, they're still learning by the example of the parents, and so it's a fun, lighthearted book, but if the parents can read this, they can get some very serious information on it that way, so from that publication. And let's also talk about the third group we spoke about earlier, seniors. Those are the folks that are 65 years of age. And we're going to be recognizing and supporting those values that are important to them, especially in traditional marriage. Many of them have been and still are friends and customers of yours. This is a nice way to say thank you for their support and loyalty. You honor their lives and prompting them basically to look back on where they've been. You help them in the transitions of their lives, both in challenges and the discoveries in the section called Where We Are Now. And then we help them in planning for their future and where we're going. And by the way, this group is this is an extremely loyal group of people, and for any generosities that you show to them. So this publication is called Together. It's a journey of life and love. This is where you come in. We have a sponsor page in the front, and once again, you'll be the only insurance agency allowed to be a part of the program. We have some symbolism in the publication. One is called the Together Knot, where we talk about how marriage and community are as one. And you also notice throughout the publication we use photographs of children. We do that as children are a wonderful connection point in tying together the community, the family, and their lives together. So I think, in marriage, and I think you'll find that that works well here. Beginning of the publication, we talk about where we've been. In this section, we talk about the family tree. We give the couple an opportunity to write down important moments of their lives. We start right out by talking about their legacy and their family and their children. Here we talk about the first time that they met. There's other sections here. Part of this publication is designed to be a journal where you can actually sit down and pen those things that have been important to you over the years, and some of the places you've been, some of the times. This section we talk about faith. We talk about the many blessings. We ask you to write those down in your own handwriting. We talk about the story of the life of Christ and how He has been instrumental in your marriage, and different points of your life relate deeply to examples of Christ's ministry. The wedding feast at Cana. We talk about the golden rule in the Sermon on the Mount. An empty tomb gives us a lot of things to think about as it relates to love and how it endures. Second section, we talk about where you are now. At this point, people at that age are in transition. They're talking about, they're reflecting on their committed love to one another, what committed love means. We also talk to them about what they need to be focused on now, their health, their mind, all of the aspects of the body. We also talk about fitness. We talk about things that are dear to them, their family, their friends. More journaling sections where they can reflect and leave a legacy behind. We also talk, the next section is where we're going. At this section of their life, there's a lot of life left in front of them. So there's some things that need to be happening. They need to be making plans. probably the one thing that happens more so than any other time in their lives is they're making plans for the future. And what kinds of plans? Well, financial issues. We give them some indication on what some of the certifications mean for the financial people they deal with. We talk about insurance, we talk about benefits, all the things that they need to be getting in order for their family to succeed in the future. Also location. Almost everyone that you know at this age are making decisions about where they're going to stay, where they're going to go, and we give them some pretty good information and insight on how to reflect on that. Have a neat little section here called A Sacred Place, talking about the home that they have raised their families in, and it's a beautifully written piece. Reality of loss. Sadly enough, at this point of their lives, they're dealing with this, and we thought it was very important to deal with that in this publication. The last section is called Our Virtues and Our Values. Most of these people have lived their lives with a foundation, and we talk about things like the Ten Commandments and faith, hope, love. These are the things and the values that they'll be passing down to their children as they most of the time they already have, but this is their legacy that you have to understand something, Mr. Jones. This publication will end up in the children's hands eventually. So what's going to happen is every time we send a publication out, you will be notified every 2 months via a communication. We do it several ways. We'll be sending you a direct mailer. We'll also be sending you also the names and addresses of who we send the publications to will be available to you online at all times. So to summarize, we deliver a beautiful keepsake volume to the newlywed couples in your community called To Have and to Hold. We provide the gift volume Surviving Your Child's Marriage to the parents of the newly engaged couples. We serve seniors at age 65 with a gift volume of Together. In addition to that, you'll be recognized on a presentation page that will go inside each volume. And once again, we do notify you via confirmation and email and website of who we've serviced in the community. Your investment to be part of the program here, Mr. Jones, is $50 a month for the next 24 months. There's only two things that I need to get you set up on the program, and that is, number one, either a business card or a letterhead, and number two, I need an indication on where you would like to be in the publication. And right now, I still have this spot and this spot available. What you've just viewed is the actual FBS presentation. It was designed to coincide with the written presentation, more importantly, to give you an idea of what a presentation looked like in real time and real speed. I would take the opportunity to view it over and over again until you're comfortable with it, and I would also use it in remedial times when you think you might need it in the future. So I wish you luck. I wish you well. We stand ready and willing to help you all throughout your career. So good luck, and we'll be seeing you in the field soon.